What is the maximum percent of my net worth that I can put into an IUL? Welcome, my name is Daniel McCluskey. I'm an industrial engineering graduate from the University of Illinois with a track in economics and finance, turned entrepreneur dedicated to helping you take the stress out of your finances so you can focus on what matters most to you. In this video, it's going to be a real quick one, but just going over how much of my net worth can I put into an IUL. So if you've been someone who's been looking into this, you really like it, you like the tax-free growth, tax-free access, the tax-free transfer, the protection from the market losses, the market-like returns, dare I say, especially for the higher net worth clients, and you're wondering how much money can I actually move into this? It's going to vary on a number of different things in a couple of different insurance companies. So let's get into that now. So what's important to note is there's two things, especially for the higher net worth individuals, they're going to consider when you're deciding how much net worth you can put into an IUL. So you have to qualify for how much premium you're able to put in, and then you have to qualify for how much death benefit you're allowed to have. So if the amount of premium you can put in would get you a higher death benefit than the maximum death benefit you're allowed, well, that premium percentage might actually naturally be lowered a little bit. Kind of depends, it's case to case, but in this video, we're just going to focus on the premium section. I'll have another video and I'll link that below on how much death benefit could you possibly have and how is that gonna affect the premium. This one's just the premium. So first, just reading off a couple of standard rules, and that's just first gonna be based on our income. So for people with less than $75,000 a year of income, it's going to vary from company to company. Because the income is lower, the insurance company isn't going to be as comfortable as you being able to make payments. So it's generally going to be 10 to 20%. Now, as that gets higher, and again, this is going to vary from company to company, so you always want to check, but between $75,000 and $150,000, generally it's going to be between 15 to 30%, and then between $150,000 and $200,000, we have 25 to 40%. If you're making more than $200,000 a year, it's generally going to be the underwriter's discretion. So they may allow you to go higher than 40%, but it's all going to be case to case. Do you have like non-liquid assets that maybe you're planning on selling soon? All of these things they actually do take into account. So that is why for your higher net worth cases, your higher income cases where you're trying to put in a lot more money, you'll actually write not only a cover letter on your underwriting class, like for your health and things, but you'll also write a financial cover letter. It's a very interactive process. You're working with the underwriters to determine what is actually needed, what they're comfortable with, and how much insurance you can actually legally have. Next, they do premium payments. Sometimes they'll calculate it not based on income, but from your liquid net worth. So they have, if it's less than $500,000, generally 20%, between $500,000 and 1.5, generally around 30%, between 1.5 and 2, generally around 40%, and if it's higher than the 2 million, it's underwriter discretion. So probably 40% is the safe number still, but there may be cases where they're able to get it a little bit higher. It all depends on your situation. And then on top of just liquid assets, sometimes what they'll do is they'll go off of strictly just net worth. So in a case where you have a much higher net worth, but not all of it's liquid, because you have such a high net worth, and for example, maybe you are planning to sell some properties or sell a business soon, they trust that, okay, even if those kind of things did go wrong, they have so many other assets that we're just going to evaluate based on their actual net worth, not just their liquid assets. And generally there, the only column we even have here is just above 2 million. Otherwise, your net worth probably isn't high enough to even fall into this category. It's all going to be, it just says underwriter discretion. So again, it's that interactive process working with the underwriters. And then same deal for your windfall, your lump sum. So a car accident, a settlement, things like that, those may drastically increase your net worth. But those are always going to be case to case, because if it's someone who, say, was making $50,000 a year, now they just got $20 million from a settlement and they want to put $10 million in over the course of 5 years, can the insurance company trust to make sure that you're actually not going to go and blow that money on things? So these are things that they'll consider as well. All of that's going to be addressed in your cover letters. And keep in mind, with these higher net worth situations, the insurance companies want to work with you. They want your business. So it's a very interactive process. That's why it is neat that there's not just specific rules. They really are willing to work with you, especially with agents who have connections and have their relationships with these underwriters. They're going to look at a situation and you can factor in things even like, oh, so-and-so goes to the gym every day. They have a healthy lifestyle. Here's the history of their family. Here's how they've managed their net worth over the past 10, 20 years. Here's how they're planning to do that going forward. So they take in all of these things into account. And then next, of course, what we'll go into in the video will be down below if you are interested in it. But that is how much death benefit can you actually qualify for based on income replacement or estate planning. Some companies will let you do both of those and combine them. But remember, the people that are generally higher net worth, they generally do get treated different, whether we like it or not, by businesses, and they are willing to work with you. If you're curious how this process works in a little bit more detail and are wondering if this is something I considered for a sale of a property, a sale of a business, maybe you're expecting a large insurance lump sum, a settlement, whatever it is, and you're wondering what that might look like, you are always free to book a free 20-minute quick consult below with me. We can kind of walk through that depending on the different companies, your specific situation, how much that might actually be, if it might make sense, and go from there. So I'm happy to do that. Otherwise, I do ask you to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.